right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and thank you, Lou Eastnick, for bringing by the next generation of the Moro family to the store to taste these new releases from one of the top producers from Ribera del Duero, Emilio Moro, which we've had their wines in the store for a long time. Jorge Ordonez used to bring them in, but these wines were like brand new wines to me. Well, Jorge Ordonez had labels that he wanted just for the United States. It didn't exist anywhere else. And, not only is the packaging different, but to me, the wines, I had never had his top wines, which were, I gave one of my highest rating. Killer. All right, let's start. We had the Tempranillo Finca Resalso, which this is a new wine for me. Also, their entry-level wine made with younger vines, 5 to 15 years old, and all estate vineyards, though, just like all of their wines. And they want to show the primary varietal character of the Tempranillo varietal. So they use all indigenous yeast, which is something I did not know about indigenous yeast. I know yeast create the flavor profile, the fruit and the floral aromas and everything else. Almost all of it comes from the type of yeast that is used to ferment the wine. So it also helps to fix the color, which this is news to me. I did not know that, but they've been experimenting with the yeasts here at Emilio Moro and isolating different specific yeast they have in the vineyard, and they found a strain that makes much darker wine. So, all right, you learn something new every day. But this wine, typical Tempranillo, that lovely wild strawberry jam-like fruit, pretty floral notes, fresh berry fruit on the tongue, silky smooth tannins, and just a very enjoyable, easy wine to drink, and it should be at $16 a bottle. The Tempranillo Ribera del Duero, this is little older vines here, and this wine's got some barrel. You see a little bit of oak in this wine, but pretty floral notes, that wild herbs, the incense spice, some strawberry fruit there still. A little richer on the palate, a solid core of that strawberry jam-like fruit, and some tannins coming in here, but ripe and round, and pretty floral notes, some meaty notes coming in at the end there. Even better on the second day at $28. That's a wine we've had here in the store. And then the Malleolus labels, which this is the first time I think I've had these wines, even though we've sold them in the store. The 2011 vintage. It's from the oldest vineyards here, 20 to 75 years old, and it's a local word referring to the vineyard or small old vineyard of the family. And this wine spends 18 months in the barrel, a percentage of second and third use of wood. So these guys really want you to get the expression of the grape varietal and the terroir. So like many people, are using less and less new oak, but this wine, a big wine, lots of rich jammy fruit, dried herbs, flowers, tobacco spice, lovely layers coming out on the finish here, that brown spice, and a really elegant wine, but big and balanced, a long finish at $47. All the wines taking a step up in terms of the length on the finish and aging potential. That is one of the reasons why you pay over $100, $155 in the case of these next two wines, over $150. The Malleolus de Valderramiro, Valderramiro. This is a very old vineyard planted in 1924. So on clay soils and different terroirs between these two, and you really notice that in the wine. This wine showing a little richer fruit, big and chewy, ripe round tannins, and definitely to me the bigger of the two wines. Seemed like it needed a little more time, definitely better on the second day, and they do use American oak in this wine. You see a lot of American oak in Spain still today. The other cuvee they make, the Sanchomartin, this wine is French oak. And I think I got that one right. Sanchomartin, the Malleolus. And this wine's on chalky soils, planted in 1964, so not quite as old. A little more finesse, a little more elegance in this wine. That's why they use French oak in it. Still has a similar nose. Some dried meats in there, beef jerky almost. Dark cherry fruit, a little graphite mineral character showing in this wine. Very complex, big but fine tannins. You notice that chalkiness and dark spices and mocha and more coming out as this wine opens. I like the Valderramiro a little better, but both of these wines, the top level of quality that you will find from Ribera del Duero. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.